Well, I had something that I really wanted to say about Tandy Hills Park, and then Don sent us all something that was really spectacular. And so I'm going to use what Don sent us because I don't think any of us really knew that on this day in 1960, our mayor and council actually acquired Tandy Hills Park. We paid $138,250 for the park. So it is actually the 54th Earth Day for Tandy Hills Park because 10 years later, on this day, Earth Day was founded. So happy birthday. Happy birthday, Tandy Hills. And Tandy Hills Park was actually, the Friends of Tandy Hills Park was actually formed to help the city bring attention to the park and to help us restore the park. And they've done such a great job that they said, okay, well, how else can we help? We have the park. The park is up. It's going. It has over 500 species of flora. So what else can we do? So they partnered with Fort Worth ISD, and they bring the kids from Meadowbrook Elementary and Meadowbrook Middle School into the park, and they do class studies. And if you haven't participated in one of those class studies, you really should, because there should be one coming up pretty soon. This Saturday is also the 9th annual Prairie Fest. It starts at 11 a.m. and it goes until dusk. We hope to see you all there. So prairie to the people, and it does me great honor to present this proclamation to the Friends of Tandy Hills Park, and it says, whereas the city of Fort Worth owns the 160-acre indigenous prairie known as Tandy Hills Natural Area, which is noted for its unusually complete collection of prairie flora featuring more than 500 native plants and species. Whereas Friends of Tandy Hills Natural Area is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the preservation and protection of Tandy Hills, and whereas Prairie Fest builds awareness and support for the care and conservation of Tandy Hills and features live music, entertainment, green living exhibitors, plein air artists, children activities, and wildflower tours, whereas Prairie Fest proudly celebrates its 9th annual festival celebrating Tandy Hills Natural Area. Therefore, the City Council proclaims April 26th as the 9th annual Fort Worth Tandy Hills Prairie Fest Day, and it's signed by our mayor and our entire council. Thank you so much for all that you do in our great city. So come on.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I brought a short slideshow to just give you all some examples of how special Tandy Hills is. And also a special shout out to Mayor McCann in 1960 and the forward-thinking council. Tandy Hills is a very diverse place, probably the most diverse. By the way, this picture, the only picture I could find Googling the mayor, and he's signing a proclamation for National Beatnik Day in 1960. This was in Life magazine in 1960. That's the only reason it's on the internet. But it shows you how things have changed a bit since then. But Tandy Hills has really not changed that much since 1960. It's always been a very diverse place. There are over 500 native plant species in the park. And that's why it makes it so amazing, because most people's front yards may have one or two at the most. It's a very valuable place. So the price paid for the park that day came to roughly $276 per plant species at Tandy Hills. That's an extremely good deal. So congratulations to them and for you all for helping us protect the park into perpetuity for as long as we're around anyway. So you can see how beautiful this place is, not only in the spring but in the fall. And I just want to highlight again our Kids on the Prairie program, which has literally brought out thousands of Fort Worth ISD kids, fourth graders mostly, to spend at least a half a day at the park. We pay all expenses to help take up the slack when funds were kind of short for FWISD. And we also pay for their lunch that day and all the materials needed. And that's been the most successful thing we've done with our organization. By the way, Prairie Fest is actually the fundraiser for our organization. It's a one-day-a-year event, so I encourage you all to come out Saturday and buy a beer and a T-shirt and enjoy yourself.
If you
Thank you.
haven't had the opportunity to go to Prairie Fest, I've been a couple of times. It really is a fun event, and lots of people turn out. Parking is a challenge, so ride your bike or walk up there if you get the chance. And
You're all
it's
welcome.
beautiful. It's a beautiful park. We studied this park when I was at UTA, was a senior and taking a botany class, and it was City Park then, but it's a beautiful spot.
Well, I hope you can all come out, and as always, I give you a personal tour at request. Just give me
I'm
a
coming
call.
by at some point on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you for what you do to make Fort Worth better. Gina?
Councilmember Gray, I don't know if this is the right one, but is this the same location where your trout lily clock got its inspiration?
Yes, it is.
Okay, okay.
Yes, it is.
Have a trout lily clock on Lancaster.